Okay, we are back, and I'm excited because I had a lot of questions about the the official music video for Yet to Come, but I always know they follow them up with the behind-the-scenes making of. As a filmmaker and someone who works in the industry, I love to see how they do it, and so this episode dropped, or this video dropped on June 18th. It's had 3.3 million views. I'm going to take a look at it, and hopefully I'll have a lot of my questions answered. So let's check it out. Here we go.
Honestly the best, 'cause I just wanna see the next.
네, 오늘의 예투컴은 아직 우리의 최고의 순간을 오지 않았다. The Best 예투컴이라는 의미를 담고 있는 곡이고요. 저희 엔솔로지 앨범 타이틀이고, 저희 뭐랄까 이제 9년간의 발자취를 담은 곡이지 않나. 다 이제 저희 예전에 뮤비 찍었던 것들을 좀 오마주해가지고 스쿨버스도 그렇고 트럭도 그렇고 이제 우리 여태까지 활동했던 거를 좀 정리하는 그런 의미의 뮤비입니다.
Cool. Well, I love that it was done practically. I had a question whether they had a CGI background.
모래가 여기 한번 찍어주세요. 막 눈에 막 이만큼씩 들어와가지고 이거 잘생긴 게 나와야 되는데 이거 막 이상하게 나오는 거 아닌가 걱정이네요.
There's an ad here. We'll get back to it in just a second. Okay, we've had some commercial breaks in this one. So, here Jin is in this the F-150, and seeing the sand and the wind and the sand that they had to deal with. A lot of people don't realize, these music videos are beautifully shot and beautifully assembled in post-production, but man, some of the elements that you have to go through, whether it be the heat, wearing outfits with windstorms going on, with sand flying everywhere, it's pretty hard stuff. So let's see.
Playback time!
The thing about shooting in the desert and stuff like that is cloud cover. So, you want to have an overcast clouds so that, your lighting kind of stays consistent. But when the sun peeks in and peeks out and you get hot and then you get cold and hot and cold, that's a lighting term. It can be very hard for the DPs, who is ever doing cinematography on this, to light. Yeah, you see the consistency changing just in this behind the scenes video of how the light changes and he looks totally different from one shot to the other. That's what we call a blowout, where everything's blown out and you can't see anything because it's all hot. It's a hot white.
이렇게 빠른 행복, 빠른 퇴근. 말이 잘못 나네. 퇴근이 곧 행복.
This is a lot, to go out to a barren desert and bring a piano, bring all the set dressing that goes along with it, the flowers, and then put up this little, island out in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of crew that goes behind that, and people don't realize that. I mean, they do, but they don't.
이거 되게 색다른 경험이구만. 이게 또 내일은 또 바람이 없다네. 남주희 형, 호성이 출근도 안 했는데 얘네들이 승리자야 진짜. 어떻게 나올지 감이 안 오네요 지금. 잘 나왔으면 좋겠다. 상황에서 촬영을 안 해본 건 아니지만 이렇게 바람 센 건 좋아요. 중간에 잘 나왔으면 좋겠습니다. 내일 또 뵙도록 하겠습니다.
와우.
좋아. 야, 키시지 마. 당신은 꿈꾸는가? 그 길의 끝이 무엇일까?
그냥 누가 이기나 하고 오늘 떴는데 모래가 미쳤다. 모래한테 질 줄이야.
Yeah, I mean, that's brutal. You know, you see all the crew, you know, with the cameras and everything, and they're fully masked up, goggles on to protect themselves, you know, and then, you know, you've got V here that's expected to stand out there in that windstorm, turn with his eyes open and give like a really, you know, emotional glare at the camera. Oh my God, that would suck.
진짜 별거 아니어 보였는데.
여기는 라스베가스 샘맥 바람이 너무 많이 드네요. 이 세상의 기대 we ain't about it 최고란 기준의 stat 원감각 수많은 trophy ain't about it dream and hope and going forward so about it 긴긴 원을 돌아 결국 또 제자리 back to one 마음속 깊은 어딘가
One of the things I was interested in this particular section with J-Hope was the train. You know, you saw they brought the F-150 out there. You saw that they brought the bus out there. But what I haven't seen is the train. Did they drag a train out there, or was that a visual effect? Because of the curtains in the windows looked really realistic. And if it's a visual effect, that's very impressive. Let's see.
바람 진짜.
바람이 진짜 많이 부네요. 진짜 많이 불어가지고 지금 사실 촬영도 많이 딜레이가 되고 그런 상황인데
I mean, you could see why, you know, it would get delayed. I mean, if you're waiting for a sandstorm to stop or the wind to die down so you can film, you know, it could put the production level or the production schedule, it can be off. And that could ruin a lot of things, a lot of elements. You got to pay the crew more money to stay extra days. Yeah. It's a double-edged sword. When you get a desert, the desert location is pretty much free. You don't have to pay for it. You know, it's like you're having a sound stage and all this other kind of stuff that you have to rent in order to, and then have a lot of things built out, like construction-wise. This is a very inexpensive way to shoot a video, but at the same time, if you can't film on certain days or the wind messes you up, then it ends up being an expensive video because you have to put in more time.
않았을까라는 그런 믿음으로 지금 객실로 다시 향하고 있는 중입니다.
The waiting room must be a trailer somewhere. They must have a trailer. Yeah, there's the trailers.
라면 먹고 잠깐 났다고 피가 바로 나네.
다른 게 별로 없다면 you say 썰어놔 난 변화는 많았지만 변함은 없었다 해 어느 샷도 매 순간이 새로운 트레서 지금 난 마치 13살 그때 난처럼
우여곡절이 많았는데 어쨌든 어떻게든 찍어서 다행이고요. 자, 그냥 기분 좋게 끝내도록 하겠습니다.
Here we go. We're back. It's funny how when I reacted to this video last, I had said this. I almost want to see V do more solo stuff where it's just him. And then the announcement came that they're all doing solo albums. I might have just projected that into the world. Although I think they were probably thinking about it long before I said it.
나 이거 장민 내가 가지고.
Little improv there. I want to take the rose, walk around with it. They know what their fans want to see artistically.
오늘 뮤직비디오 이틀 차인데 사실 어제 찍은 게 거의 없으니까 사실상 1일 차네요. 여기 뭐 라스베가스 사막 어딘가 캠핑장의 한가운데고 여기서 듄 찍었대요, 영화. 마치 이제 방탄소년단의 출발점처럼 아무것도 없는 그런 사막에서 찍고 있습니다.
Well, that's good that RM said that they shot in the desert in Vegas. You know, I was wondering where they shot this. You know, I did hear a couple of crew guys in the background speaking English. and they sounded like Americans, so they probably hired local crew, which is great. And yeah, so there's your desert.
너의 마음속 깊은 어딘가 여전한 소년이 있어 moment is yet to come yet to come 당신은 꿈꾸는가
로스트 중에도 사막이라는 단어 있지 않나? 개미들 이렇게 뛰어다니는. 사막에 개미를 본 적 있어?
개미가 있다.
저요?
언젠가부터 붙은 불편한 수식어
The best, but my best is in my next. 부지런히까 now.
The best, yeah, to come.
별로 없다면 you say 설레나이 난 변화는 많았지만 변함은 없었다.
가위바위보 진 사람이 저기 모래 저기 찍고 오게 하시죠?
겁나 멀걸 저기? 네, 생각보다 가깝더라.
해봅시다.
가봤어요? 어제. 언제?
No, that is not closer than
어제.
what it looks like.
내면 진거 가위바위보. 나 빨리. 갔다 오게 되면 갑자기 막
I'll be sweating to death trying to run to that hill.
저런데 하도 많이 올라가 와가지고 아무런 감흥이 없어요. 감흥 있는 건 그냥 내 추억을 되새길 수 있는 그런 오브제가 많아서 기분이 막 그런 거.
Techno crane. Wow.
moment is yet to come
It's a great piece of equipment.
이런 거는 막 한두 번 해보는 것도 아니고 하늘도 날아봤는데 스카이다이빙 정도는 해줘야 이제 좀 할만한 일을.
Black is probably the worst umbrella choice. It needs to be white to bounce the light away. Wow, look at that crane.
is yet to come
이제 시작이야 the best yet to come.
Techno cranes are not cheap. It's something like anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 a day to rent,
best cause I just wanna see the next
depending on the model.
무시게 지나온 기억들 속에 참 아름답게 Yeah the past was honestly the best But my best what comes
But you do get really seamless shots. So, you know, versus handheld.
last Never seeing it till the more 그날을 향해 떠오르답게 You and the best moment is yet to come
예트컴이다 보니까 지금까지 저희 해외 여러분들이면은 이 비하인드 나가기 전에 잠깐 치실 거예요.
I'm glad it's subtitled because the wind is so bad you can't even hear.
좀 겹쳐 보이게 찍은 건데 어떤 부분인지 여러분들이 한번 찾아보시기 바랍니다.
마음속 깊은 어딘가 여전한 소년이 있어
Nice shot.
와! 라스베가스까지 와서 뮤비를 찍었어요.
이게 또 굉장히 유명한 영화 촬영지래요.
뭐예요?
듀이라고. 여기 되게 많이 찍었대요.
둘도 나중에 여기 와서 영화나 찍자.
자, 들어가. 하여튼 사막에서 또 찍어보세요.
그래도 바람이 좀 멎어서 다행이에요.
그렇죠. 야, 이번 뮤비 좀 힘들었죠.
자, 정국 씨와 저는 내일 또 옵니다.
그니까요. 원래 예정이 없던 추가 촬영이고.
아무튼
뭐 좋은 결과물을 위해서니까.
사막에서 또 이렇게 촬영이 돼서 너무 좋네요.
언제 또 상황에서
그러니까요.
Back out in the desert tomorrow.
예투거 많이 기대해 주시고. 화이팅! 화이팅!
가자!
예투거.
There's a bug in the desert.
근데 못 먹고 살아요.
얘네 분명히 바람에 휩쓸려서 여기까지 왔을 거예요 분명. 그저께.
Wow, look at that. Perfect sand.
Promise that we'll keep on coming back for
What a nice rig they're shooting with.
당신은 꿈꾸는가 그 길의 끝이 무엇일까 몸에 숨죽인 밤 우린 발을 멈추지 않나 Yet to come We're gonna touch the sky For the day we die 자 이제 시작이야 The best yet to come 언젠가부터 붙은 불편한 수식어 최고란 말은 아직까지 난 간지러워 난 말야 강음하게 좋은 걸 여전히 그때와 다르게 별로 아마 다른 게 별로 없다면 you say 설레나이 난 변화는 많았지만 변함은
아니다.
네,
고생하셨습니다.
몇 시에 나왔죠 저희가?
한뭐한 새벽 4시쯤 이제 일어나서 준비하고
지금 아직 우리 멤버들은 힘나라에 있을 거예요. 그죠?
그렇습니다. 하지만 저희가 이렇게 일찍 움직인 만큼 큰 보람 있는 촬영을 했던 제가 모니터를 해봤는데 거의 뭐 인생 컷 나왔어요.
그래요? 감사합니다. 저 확인을 못 해와서 정국 씨도 이제 부모님이 찢었다고.
네. 근데 진짜 잘 나온 것 같고
저희가 사막 한가운데 이렇게 오기가 쉽지 않잖아요.
여러분들 기회 되시면 한번 와가지고 또 인생 스페셜 한번
여기까지요? 네, 2시간 반 정도 들어오셔야 됩니다. 네,
너무 재밌었습니다.
멤버들 합류하러 가보도록 하겠습니다.
That was good. Okay, so I will conclude that the train was composited in CGI because they never showed it. So obviously the bus was out there, the F-150 was out there. This was really great stuff. I enjoyed watching the behind the scenes as I always do. Hats off to the cast and the crew for putting this together. The boys having to get up at 4 in the morning, the makeup artist having to get up at 4 in the morning and all that stuff. Yeah, very nice. It's a good video. What did you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comments section and we'll see you on the next one.